This is a building. You are the church. This is a place where the church meets. This is not the church. We don't go to church. We are the church. And I want you to hear that loud and clear. Jesus said, I'm not going to stay in a facility or a synagogue. I'm going to go out among the people. And when he went out among the people, and this is going to sound so redundant, and I apologize, but he saw the crowds. Did you catch that in the scripture? That he was out and he saw the crowds. Now look, that's not just a saw as in like he visibly can see that there are people in here. No, he looked and he literally could see people. And he didn't ignore them. He saw them for who they were, what they were, and where they were. He saw them. He didn't just walk right by. We can get to a point in our lives every day that we just kind of walk right through it and we just ignore the folks around us. We know people are around us, but we just kind of walk right on through. But he left the synagogue literally to be among the crowds, to go see the people, to literally go and find the lost. That's what he was doing. He went out to go find the lost. Now, I'm not here to tell you that I need you to go be itinerant preachers, because if you catch in that line, it said, let me go back and catch this first line for you. He said that Jesus went through all the towns and the villages, teaching in their synagogues, proclaiming the good news of the kingdom. I'm not here to tell you that I need you all to be itinerant preachers, because to be quite honest with you, you already are. Most people don't realize that. So watch. You ready? How many of you live in a Center Hill community? Right. Keep the hands up. How many of you who have not raised a hand, how many of you live in Olive Branch? Right. How many of you live in Senatobia? Right. How many of you live in South Haven? Keep your hands up. If you've already raised them, keep your hands up. How many of you got anybody who lives in South Haven? How about the Lewisburg community? Right. There's a few more out there. Do y'all see your hands? Do you see them? Y'all are already itinerant preachers who are already living all over the place. The people who lived in that day traveled at the very, very best they could do was 20 miles a day. So it wasn't like travel was a big deal. It wasn't something they just did all the time. We live more than 20 miles away. Many of us live more than 20 miles away from this facility. We're already itinerant preachers. So I'm not asking you to go out and preach into the crowds. What I'm asking you to do is to see the people you are already sent to. See the people who you are already around. And I hope and I pray that the words, your actions, your interactions, the relationships you are building with the people who are already around you, whether they are your neighbors or whether they are your coworkers, whether they are your friends or your family, I hope and I pray that everything that you say and do is the gospel message. I pray that everything that you are is already living out the gospel message among the people. You're doing what Jesus did already if you were doing those things. But I want you to see the people. Don't ignore them. Don't miss them. Because he didn't just see the crowds, but if you caught it, he saw the needs. He saw the needs of the people. It says that he was out there healing every disease and sickness. And when he saw the crowds, he had compassion on them because they were harassed and helpless like sheep without a shepherd. He saw their needs, and he went out healing. Now, just like I don't expect you to be itinerant preachers out there all the time, you already are. I also don't expect you to be, Benny Hinning everybody here, okay? I don't need you to go put your hand on the forehead and whack them and be healed. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need you to Benny Hinn somebody. What I need you to do is see the needs that they have and meet them. That's it. That's it. People are all around us. I have so many people who say, well, I don't know any non-believers around me. I'm trying to do this without like cussing. Like, I got to be careful about words I say with that because I want to call foul. Yeah, foul's a good word. I can use that one. I will call foul on that one. Because you got people around you all the time who are in need, who have needs. And what I'm saying is, don't ignore them. See the needs. God has given you, literally given each and every one of you a skill set to where you are out doing the work that you've been called to do. You can meet needs of people based on your skill set. You don't have to be all things. I know Paul's like, I am all things to all people. And God bless Paul for being able to pull that off. Not most of us can do that. But you can be what it is that God has called you to be. So if you're going, hey, they have a need. I can see the yard is struggling. Go do some yard work. Paint a house.